Hey guys, welcome back to Truth and Trucking 101. Today what we're going to talk about is the top 4 things that need to be in line before even thinking about getting your CDL. And it needs to be intact before you even go to school. So if this is what you came here for, stay tuned. All right, welcome back. It's your boy, your host, Mel Magawar Yehudi with Truth and Trucking 101. Today we're going to talk about the top 4 things that needs to be in alignment. You need to have figured out before you even think about getting your CDL or going to truck driving school. So they're in no particular order. They just need to be handled. And the first thing I have on my list is family. And when I say family, look, normally when you go to trucking school, man, they got some courses that are like 6 weeks. You got some that are 6 months. You can go to a driving academy, or you can go to a community college, whatever the case may be. Especially if you're going to a driving academy. Even if you go to college, you can go away, stay on dorms or whatever. But your family has to be in line. In alignment. People that are married, husbands or wives or whatever. Yet you have to prepare your family. You got to say, hey, hubby, wifey, whatever the case may be. Look, I'm investing in our future, so I'm going to be gone. I have to get this, I have to learn this trade so I can drive these trucks because I have a big future. I got plans with a family, but you got to sit your significant other. They have to be capable and they have to be strong and they have to have the same vision as you have for your future together. If you run around with the wrong chick that's always complaining she going to be lonely and stuff like that, you need to get rid of her, or you need to get that situation under control, or babysitting situation, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you got to get your family right. You got to prepare them, and they got to expect and be able to hold down the fort until you get back from getting your training. That is the absolute must, and that's number 1 on the list. Number 2 on the list is your finances. And not only is this going to be an important aspect you need to have together before you go to trucking school, you need to have this together during trucking school and after trucking school, because once you finish trucking school and get your CDL, especially if you went the route for the free CDL, normally you got to sign a contract, you work for them, you got to pay them back for the school. It's technically not free, you just don't have to pay any money up front. But once you're driving for them, that's how they lock you in. That's going to be a whole nother video. But you really don't make no money your first year of driving. It's all about experience and whether or not you're cut out for the industry, if you're cut out to be a truck driver. So you definitely want to have your finances in line. If your significant other, she can hold down the household financially, then that's good. Just tell her, hey, hold it down. I got your back. Just let me get through this training and get the experience I need so we can really get to this money. So that's definitely number 2. You definitely got to have your finances intact. Number 3 on the list, child support. Man, make sure if you owe any back child support or anything, make sure you got arrangements to make payments. I'm going to tell you a story. I had a driver driving for me, and I can't remember where he was. I know he was out of state. He might have been like 2-3 states away. I get a call like 2:00 in the morning, and my driver's like, hey man, I need you to come get the truck. They won't let me move the truck. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, hey, I got put over at the scale by DOT, and I got a warrant out for my arrest. I was like, a warrant out for your arrest? What you do? He was like, hey, the state of Virginia has suspended my he said that the state of Virginia has suspended his CDL for non-payment of child support. So normally when people pay child support, it comes out they check if it's through the enforcement. So at that time I was paying my drivers $10.99. I was paying them $10.99. So they don't work for me. Later on I started payroll and drivers. So if they owe child support, they would automatically come to my house, to my company, XYZ. You got to pay whatever for, out of his check. But when you're 1099, that's not the case. They're self-employed, so it's on them to pay their own child support. So he wasn't paying it, and boom. So you definitely want to make sure your child support is either caught up or you got some arrangements. So you got a cool significant other that understands what you're doing. And hey, even if you are paying child support, you're not going to be making no money. So you might want to make arrangements with her. Like, look, I'm not going to be making no money. I'm going to truck driving school. So can I pay you just a little bit or something? Got to get that fixed out. That's definitely number 3 on the list. And number 4, your criminal record. Now, depending on what you have on your criminal record determines, whether or not these companies will hire you. Things that I know is okay is drug charges. Any drug charges you have, as long as you wasn't like transporting or moving like heavy weight or anything like that, that's very subjective. It depends on the company. But if you have also like any, but most of the time drug charges, a lot of people drug charges that drive trucks, so that's fine. But a lot of things companies do not like to see is larceny, because they worrying about the customer's freight and getting cargo claims or stuff happening. So that's a red flag for companies. They typically don't like to hire anybody with larceny on their record. Maybe if it was really old, like 10, 15 years old, but something recent, they probably won't touch you. Plus, there's a lot, like I said, there's a liability issue there. Any theft or anything like that. But anything such as misdemeanors, domestic violence, anything like, they don't really care about nothing like that. It's just the felonies and the actual type of felony that it is. But basically that's it. Definitely when it comes, like I said, preparing for your CDL, you want to make sure, like I said, we're gonna go down the list again, your family's intact. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they understand the time you're going to be gone, and you got arrangements for babies and kids. Your finances, you got to make sure that your significant other or whoever's at home is going to be able to handle the bills while you're out here getting this training. And it's, the extended training with your mentor driving the truck, because you're really not going to be making no money. The little bit of money you make, you're going to need that to survive on the road, to eat and shower and so forth like that. Child support, make sure you don't have any arrears. And if you do have arrears, make sure you have an order that you are consistently paying, because you don't want to get caught out there with DOT or any police and they run your license and something, a red flag pops up in another state. They're going to pull you out the truck. That's a no-no. Then the company has to fly a driver out there or find somebody close to come get the truck, and that just messes everything up. Especially if you're in your mentorship program, you're probably done at that point. They won't hire you, and then nobody else is going to hire you because you don't have that 2 minimum, years of experience. And your criminal record, and anything you can get on there, like if you've got any felonies or any way you can expunge it or whatever. But like I said, certain felonies are acceptable. I know a lot of people with drug charges, they wasn't moving any weight, but petty drug charges is not a problem. Just be careful on the theft and larceny that you may have. If it's high value, if it's something small and petty, depends on how long. But like I said, every company is different. So, but yeah, that basically sums it up for this video. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Again, this is your boy Mel Magawa Yehudi with Truth and Trucking 101. On the next video, we definitely gonna talk about qualifications before getting your CDL, like what you need to have, basic qualifications just to be able to obtain it from the state. So, like I said, go ahead and like and subscribe. It's your boy Mel Magawa Yehudi. I'm out. Peace.